Hello everyone, this is Tormuse, and today I'm picking up where I left off in the club meetings mod for Doki Doki Literature Club. I have to remember where we left off. Hey, Indev's here, welcome to the stream. Ahoy, how's it going? uh, yeah, season 2 episodes, and this is part 5, so 5 plus 12 is 17, so I guess we're doing episode 17. Kenzo participates in the literature club. Monica spars with a student council. Natsuki talks to their sister. Okay, so we're going to see more of Natsuki's sister in there, Goral. I have observed in the club meetings channel that Gaslight Gatekeep Goral boss. Yeah. I think I accidentally learned her sister's name from looking in the channel, the club meetings channel in your server. I don't know how much of a spoiler it is, but okay, I guess I shouldn't mention it now. But I'm like, I should probably stop linking that channel. There's people posting unmarked spoilers in there. Anyway, let's start it up. Here we go. Figure out what's going on with Kenzo. Yeah, it's not a big spoiler. Yeah. Last Thursday, so this would be the day after the club meeting. You wanted to see me, Monica? Yes, thanks for coming. Miss Ida says you might be at least temporarily joining the literature club. He's so confused he spontaneously manifested a question mark in front of his face. That's actually news to me. Wait, it is? Decided to talk to him about it. Visible question mark superiority, yeah. I guess she didn't specifically say that he was joining the club, but... It is. She said something about an extra credit project. I see. I guess that's what she picked for that. You mean she didn't actually discuss it with him, despite the fact that would hypothetically be going in there with his ex, and okay, this could be awkward. Oh well. Fine with that, but wouldn't it be a little weird? Sayori and all? Well, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. I don't think Sayori or MC will have any problems. If anything, they seem friendly and receptive to having you there. Well, realistically speaking, they're together in a relationship. Kenzo's the one was kind of the loser of the situation, so to speak. I don't know if I don't know if he actually ever cared. I just wanted to make sure it was something you're comfortable with. Well, I don't have a problem with it. But the literature club people were kind of interesting and nice when I met them before. Just don't expect great things from me, literature-wise. There's a reason I have a D- in English in the first place. I'm sure you'll do fine. Thanks, Monica. I should probably move out. I need to talk to Miss Ida about this too before lunch ends. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. that awkward double booking of lunch that he did last week. I think she still needs to get it all officially set up. Double booked baby, yeah. Sure thing. Tell her I said hello when you see her. And those are the terms upon which you'll receive extra credit. Does all that sound good? As good as it's likely to get. I just hope I manage to get some credit out of it. I'm worried that I'm just going to completely suck at it. No, come on, that's no mindset to be in. Just work hard and have fun. I'm sure you'll do well. You'll probably be smart to let the club members know you're coming in advance. Curious turn of phrase. You'd probably... okay, I guess it's fine. Don't want to surprise them. Monica apparently already told them, and they're looking forward to having me there. Even MC and Sayori, apparently. I see. Did Monica say anything else? Uh-oh. Miss Ida being crafty and trying to get information out of him. No, not really. She just wanted to make sure I was cool with joining and to say hi to you if I saw you. Huh. Well, She's very conscientious. Kenzo, do me a favor if you would. Sure thing, Miss Ida. What is it? I can't put my finger on it exactly, but I feel like the Literature Club has had something strange happen to it, and they don't really want to talk about it. I don't want to press them on it if they're uncomfortable, but I'm a little worried it might be something painful or dangerous for them. Could you keep your eyes out for anything strange or unusual? If I could figure out what's been bothering them, it would make it a lot easier to help them. Sure thing, Miss Ida. I'll let you know. Yeah. I think it might be tied to the fact that the clock on the wall behind us has no hands and is useless. Yeah. Well, maybe it's just a decorative circle. It was never actually a clock. Maybe time has no meaning in this reality. Maybe that's why he's able to double book himself in lunch. Oh yes, my circular white painting. Yeah. There have been weirder paintings out there. But yeah, here's Miss Ida framing the whole discussion as concern. I have some concerns. Anyway, thanks, Kenzo. Have fun today. I will. The present day. Sari and Yuri. Sound effects. Sari and Yuri are on their way to school. So, anyway, it's been a little hard, but I think I'm getting it. It's been kind of a weird feeling to feel like I'm at all smart about something. You should get used to it. It sounds like your depression is easing off a little. Yeah, it is. But a little bit, like you said. My therapist said I have learned worthlessness. Oh, interesting. Hey! Incoming raid from Code Air. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for the raid. Raid message, Rob's message, yeah. This is raid, indeed. Start. Another quote. Start beating your own meat first, Code Air 2023. You continue to be the master of taking quotes out of context, Rob. You're doing your mom. Oh great. Oh no. Welcome. You're here just in time for basically. We're still at the beginning of the session. We're still doing the club meetings mod. Regulars at Code Air streams probably have already seen this, but yeah, we're into season 2, and Kenzo's making a return. Nice, Earthsea. Yeah, it just the timing just worked out that way. Still on the 12-year-old, sir. Okay. Clubbing those meetings, yeah. Yeah, cool. How was your stream, by the way? I saw you were playing that Master Detective game again. You solve any more murders? Or anything like that? Hope it wasn't as dark as that thing that I looked in and we were like there's a whole train car full of people burned alive. That was kind of horrific. Heck of a murder scene to be investigating. Anyway, yeah, I was going to comment on this. My therapist said I've learned worthlessness. I don't think I've heard that phrase, learned worthlessness, but you can sort of already immediately understand what it means. Just, yeah. Like, I've heard of learned helplessness, like you're so used to feeling helplessness, you're so used to feeling helpless that even when you're able to help, you do nothing because you're just so used to not doing anything. But learned worthlessness, that's interesting. She's just she's so used to feeling worthless that I guess she isn't able to see her worth even when she's doing valuable things. Defender of Amore DDLC, Madoka Magica, England, Scotland on r/place. Okay. The Defender. I'm not sure what you mean. I recognize. I mean, Amore DDLC. Those are games. Madoka Magica. That's an anime. England. That's a country. Scotland. Anyway, currently in the process of investigating the case of a serial killer after coming across their most recent victim. Okay. Well, keep at it, I guess. Every person there can place 1 pixel per 5 things. Sorry, for five minutes. big image of communities trying to put in things. Oh, okay. So, the the chat shifted just as I was reading it, and then I read the last word from one line as whatever. You made Omori hold a gun? Okay. Anyway, moving right along. Meaning you don't feel bad, but you still think you're bad. Yeah, apparently that happens when you feel bad for long enough. Yes, I can see how that would make sense. You must take a very strong will to see past years of terrible feelings. When it's your own mind telling you that you have no value, that must be very compelling. Really, our most dangerous enemies so often come from within. It's something that we all can. Yuri, you're doing that thing you do? I'm sorry. I really don't know what happens to my thinking when I do that. It's okay, you're just excited. Most of the time you end up saying something really deep and cool, so don't stop doing that thing. It's just that sometimes it's a little, off-putting. That makes it sound way worse. It's just you're so smart and you figure things out so fast, and when you do that with what other people are feeling and thinking, it's a little unsettling. Well, that's a very flattering way to put it. You know, Sayori, I think that's the first time I've ever heard you provide a constructive critique like that. That's kind of a good sign. Should I not have? Did it make you feel bad? I'm sorry if it did. Oh, no, I'm fine. I was just praising you for doing something to protect yourself. Because you're right. It is weird when I go off on a tangent like that and it can distress people. So, I'm trying to encourage you to stop me when I'm distressing you with it. Communication. I'm communicating right now with you. Another thing my therapist told me is that everyone communicates differently, and I think you communicate kind of literally and explicitly. So a very common thing there, fuck spaz. CEO of Reddit, yeah, made some changes that disabled some API from Reddit. Yeah, that's gotten a lot of buzz. There was a site-wide protest of that, actually, where people were blacking out major subreddits. Although they made what is widely considered a mistake by claiming by letting them know that the protest is going to be 2 days. So Mr. Spez was just like, well, I can wait 2 days. Who cares? You know, he just if they had made it an indefinite strike, it probably would have been more effective. As it is, he's like, he's just treating it as like, oh, they're just throwing a temper tantrum, whatever. I'm gonna do it anyway. Like he doesn't care. He doesn't care about the inconvenience it's causing people. Yeah, he's just about making money. No Tricorps this time, just people being nailed into the ground / wall with a bunch of oversized nails. Yikes. Is that better or worse than charred corpses? I'm not sure. Communication. He's a person who listens to conversations more than I talk. I say, you're talking at the end is good for me. Yeah. I mean, that's sort of thing. I mean, like this is part of why I headcanon Yuri as being autistic, is that whole that info dumping thing. Like she hyperfixates on a topic and just sort of verbal diarrhea of all everything she knows about it. You know, no filter and you know, and like not reading the room, then saying that, you know, maybe I shouldn't just be info dumping like this. And it is a little interesting, Sayori calling her out on that, saying like, I mean, the implication here is that when normally if Yuri starts info dumping about how Sayori feels, Sayori would just sit there and take it, making it feel more and more like crap, and not want to speak up about it. And now Sayori's kind of like standing up for herself, you know, expressing boundaries, you know. It's going to be 2 and then continue on to 2 years. Yeah. Yuri's Wikipedia. Yeah. Healthy boundary Sayori. Yeah, that's cool. Anyway. Oh yeah, and communicating literally and explicitly. You know, that's another autistic trait. You know, I mean, I don't know necessarily if that's the direction Dev intended to go. I mean, you know, autistic or not, she does come across as neurodivergent in some way. Anyway, moving on. So I have heard your encouragement, and I acknowledge it, and I understand it. This is silly, but it is nice to be so clear. So, are things going well with you and MC? Yeah, he's actually the reason I started gang treatment in the first place. Oh yes? Yeah. At first I didn't want to go, but eventually I did it because I wanted to make him happy. And he said that going to treatment would make him happy regardless of what it did for me. So I went. And now I want to go not just to make him happy, but because I like feeling better about myself. What an interesting strategy he used there. Yeah. She's the one, Yuri's the one that told him to do that. Make r/place let people place pixels. People continue writing emotional damage. Peachy Sweet, oh hey, welcome to the stream. Oops, I never said hi. I've been here since the start. Cool, cool. Welcome to the stream, or belated welcome to the stream, I guess. Anyway. Yeah, I suspect he may have had some help with it, but if anyone did help with it, I'd be really grateful to that person. They'd probably be a close friend who cares about him and me and wanted us to be happy. In which case, that person would probably say they were happy to help you and him. Probably. Are you doing anything interesting today? Not terribly, no. I do still need to write my poem for the club. Still? You don't usually wait this long, right? Normally I write my club poems a week in advance, the same day we get the prompt. I get so filled with inspiration when I hear what we're supposed to write about usually. I just start writing straight away. But our poem this week is supposed to be about basketball, and I literally do not know anything about basketball. Well, I'm pretty sure the ball is supposed to go into the basket at some point, but other than that, that's it. What do you know about Kirby lore? I'm guessing that's another club meetings meme I'm not really familiar with. I keep seeing references to Kirby in relation to DDLC or the club meetings or something. Club meetings meme from the future. Okay, yeah. Just like I'm not sure where those references are coming from. On a Mori picnic blanket, there's a flag with the FPS message. So a real fanfiction on AO3? Oh, yeah, okay. It's on Omori's gun. Of Yuri info dumping about Kirby lore, Yuri will never be born. Yeah. For club meetings content that has not even been released yet. Oh, wait, really? Huh, okay. Anyway. Oh, you'll do fine. You'll just, like, write a metaphor about how the basketball is, someone's hopes, and when they go in the basket, they come true, or something introspective like that. Introspective? Kirby Literature Club Season 4. Yeah. Then there'll be competition with Natsuki for who's short and pink or something. Anyway. Or something introspective, yes. This is probably a situation where MC has a literary advantage on us. Where is MC today? Shouldn't he have been walking with you? He's having his annual doctor checkup this morning. He's coming to school later. Well, it's good that he's taking care of himself. Plus it's nice that we get to walk and talk a little. Other than up on the roof at lunch, I don't get to see you outside of club that much. Yeah, I'm really glad we get to spend some time together. Sari starts humming to herself as they walk along. She seems so genuinely happy now. It's so nice to think that I helped with this. Oh, that's cute. And Pro Creeps here, welcome to the stream. I almost thought you wouldn't stream today. Well, blame Dev for the delay. I was ready to go a few hours ago, and Dev said, "Oh, I won't be available for a few hours." I'm like, I don't mind delaying the stream. Be late tomorrow. Also, I'm moving. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah. So, I'm just joking. It's I mean I said it before. I'll say it again. I'm flexible about the timing that I start the stream. I figure I might as well do it when Dev is here. I just think it's more fun that way. When I can have the developer or the mod present. Um, taking a break from Discord, that's why I didn't see the stream until now. Okay. Yeah, fair enough. This is cute. Sorry. It's so wholesome. Anyway, stay happy, Siri. You've earned it. Aw. That's so sweet. So, next week, the Student Council says they're going to finalize all their decisions. Funding, advisory, status, all that stuff. And room use? Well, they said that no matter what, they were going to approve the room use. Mostly because we take really good care of the space, apparently. So at least we don't have to worry about that. Any thoughts? No? I'm not sure why they're being so hard-nosed this year. Normally they give me a little bit of grief and then continue the status quo. I wonder what's different. Maybe they have it out for you this time. You're always antagonizing them and getting the upper hand on them. Oh, is Siri's continuing to snipe at Monica here? She did seem really annoyed with Monica in the last session, so maybe more of that's going to come out. Maybe they're finally really mad about it. Gosh, I hope that isn't actually it. You know, Monica, you rub a lot of people the wrong way. Oh. Oh, really? Where is this coming from? You use people and you kind of gloat in your victories over them? Siri starts to walk away. Shouldn't be too surprised if that catches up to you. Yikes. Or the rest of us. I wonder what's gotten into her. She's been like this for a while now. Maybe it's just more depression stuff. Yeah. That was, a bit of odd passive aggressiveness from, well, I don't, can he really, It's a, gosh darn it. I felt like I was going to seize and then I didn't. Anyway, I mean, maybe it crossed that line between passive aggressive and just aggressive. You know, like just trying to subtly make her feel bad about herself and like, no, I'm just gonna, not very Doki Doki, yeah. Oh, you have the mask, her old self, and now this. Interesting. MC and Natsuki are enduring another civics lecture. Natsuki is almost blatantly ignoring the lecture and texting instead. MC sneaks a peek at her phone. Goral. You can't sweat things like that, babe. You just gotta get motivated. Is that your sister? It's rude to snoop on someone else's phone. But yes, that's her. Funky contact name. Yeah, it helps me remember. Makes sense. Hey, play Animal Crossing. I did. You played it for like 3 hours. And the only thing you did was make a painting that had a heart on it for Sayori. Sayori would say that's enough. Yeah, she probably would. She's still doing good. Any better after my little talk with her? Hard to say. Yeah, what did they talk about? Oh yeah, it was the comment about Monica. Yeah. I'm obviously not an expert. I've been trying to follow some advice I got to just take it a step at a time. Enjoy every moment just as it comes. That's some pretty mushy advice. Who told you that? Yuri? Figures. Don't go soft on me, EMC. You listen to a Purple Eyes long enough, you'll lose your edge. Oh, I don't know. Speaking of, I don't know. Talking about Edge and talking about Yuri? Old Purple Eyes, yeah. She's got a new nickname, I guess. My edge? Oh, yeah. Life is supposed to be lived on the edge, man. Not all froofy with elegant porcelain tea sets and lots of slow, thoughtful nods. Gotta live every day like it might be your last. Raw and alive, you know? Yeah, I guess so. Although, really, what you told me is basically the exact same advice Yuri gave me. Only in a more Natsuki tone. Well, I'm sure it was actually totally different, of course. Yuri's cool, we're just very different people. Right. But yeah, anyway, Sarah's fine so far as I can tell. She's always laughing. And she's always so incredibly sweet to me. I mean, that's not a change or anything. She's way nicer than I deserve. Oh, don't give me that. That sounds like something she would say. You deserve every bit of her kindness, you know? Aw, hey, bit of wholesomeness from Natsuki there. And she deserves yours. And the sooner you both accept that, the better. Because then the faster you'll get married and have kids, and I can be cool Aunt Natsuki. It sounds like you've thought about this a lot. Aw, oh, man. Dad, Aunt Monica is really strict at... Oh, Aunt Monica's really strict, and Aunt Yuri has us do dumb things like gardening or whatever the F. You want to go play video games with Aunt Natsuki until they get older and think of all of us as are lame? Yeah, probably. There'll be a solid few years of fun before that happens. And before they grow taller than you. Hey, I'm still growing. Plus, you and Sayori might have pretty short kids. You are still growing, it's true. Why, you might get to be slightly shorter than Sayori someday. You're worse than Yuri. So, what's the plan for the rest of the day for you? Well, in which case it does not become law, however. After this, I'm probably going to have lunch up on the roof. Sayori said she wanted to spend time with Yuri today. Sure, you'd be welcome to come too if you want. That's nice, y'all. I think I will. No, Monica? Well, I'm sure it'd be fine if she came, but she's been really busy today, it seems like. You know how she gets when she's in the middle of a bunch of stuff? Yeah, girl overworks herself really badly. Well, I'll be there at least. I always like when we get the whole literature club together outside of club time. Or at least almost the whole literature club. Yeah, I'll look forward to seeing you there. Yeah, maybe they can do the emails up there. Yeah, like, I mean, hey, like Sayori said she didn't want to do emails at someone's home, and they can't do it when Kenzo's there. So, here we go. Oh my gosh, did you guys see MC and Sayori today? Ah, they're just so cute, I can't stand it. They're super cute, alright. Didn't you like get them together or something, Natsuki? Well, I wouldn't say I got them together, but I was instrumental in helping them get themselves together. What did you do? Well, a little bit for each of them. Is this where she's going to explain the thing with the balloons and the maple syrup and all that? Girls talking about MC and Sayori, this will be fun? I don't want her to reveal too much personal information, but Sayori basically, well, she basically loved MC so much that she thought she wasn't worthy of him, I guess, and it got so bad that she was denying her own feelings just to protect him from herself. So I said to her, girl, he should be worrying about whether he's in your league, not the other way around. And I kind of helped her give herself permission to love him. And that's so sweet. I know. What about MC? Well, that boy was afraid of being hurt. I guess there was something in his past that made him worry about being hurt when you fall in love, but I said to him, boy, all love is fraught with risk. Nothing lasts forever and all relationships end eventually. So you gotta go after her, boy, and live life on the edge while you can. And he seemed to take that to heart. After that, he was a lot less of a wuss about it, and went after her strong. He even baked her a cake, with my help, of course. Oh no, an infamous cake incident. She would never betray her covert op to these randos. Oh, exactly. Yeah. Wow. How'd you even learn to bake, Natsuki? Taught myself. That's amazing. How do you even do that? Well, it's not hard to look stuff up on the internet. It just takes a lot of patience. God, I wish I could just pick up skills like that. You know what I want to know, Natsuki? What's that? I mean, you're so smart about love stuff and you got so many talents. Why is it that you haven't wrapped some boy around your finger yet? Well, I've been in relationships with a few boys in my time, as has been previously discussed here. I don't know, just not feeling it right now. Right now, I kind of want to just live the free and easy life. Girl's gotta have some time to herself, you know? That's cool, you can be so independent. Don't you ever get lonely? No, I always do. Aw. Just noticed the arm switching. Sometimes. I have lots of cool friends, so it's not that bad. How many people are in this watching? There's Hiroko and Ayami and Ikuko. So at least 3 other people here. I don't even know what voices to give them. I'm just... 3 named ones, yeah. As well as a few others that are unnamed, sure. She Natsuki just has her entire classroom in here. They're like 30 kids or something. Anyway, you think you're going to want to get back in the dating scene anytime soon? Anyone you've got your eyes on? I'm not sure. Maybe if the mood strikes me or the right person comes along. I guess I'll just have to play it by ear. Okay, but like, if Yosu becomes available, don't blame me if I go for him first. Of course not. You go get that boy. I could even make a plan to get you two together, you know. You could? Oh yeah. I am great with plans like that. Uh-oh. Like a video of the bathroom full of boys singing the Halo theme song? Absolute classic of YouTube? Okay. Yeah, I'm not familiar with that one. I haven't actually played any of the Halo games. Yuri is sitting on a bench on the roof. She is, as usual, reading. Yeah, there are indeed benches on the roof there. Is this like... Is the roof like an expected place for students to gather or something? I kind of wonder about that. I don't know. Every school I've been in, they're like the roof is off limits to students, as far as I'm aware. I mean, I guess I never tried going on the roof, but it's a thing in Japan, I guess. Huh, okay. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. She is, as usual, reading It's the Silmarillion by J.R.R. Tolkien, which my understanding is that's the prequel to Lord of the Rings. By the same author. About how Sauron originally came to power and stuff, and there's something about there are MacGuffins called Silmarils or something like that. I don't really know any details beyond that. Anyway, it's funny that there's a Silmarillion reference in here when Storm had a Lord of the Rings reference. I mean, I didn't actually call Lord of the Rings by name because I wasn't looking to. I mean, I figure if I'm gonna put a reference to something in my mod, I want it to be something that doesn't leave anyone behind, and like you don't need to get the thing to understand it. Very headcanons are extremely similar. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. Surprisingly, Sayori is sitting close by, also reading. Her book is entitled Momotaro. Don't you get tired of reading that? You must have read Momotaro 100 times by now. I like Momotaro, though. There are other books you'd like, too. I mean, Momotaro is an adventure, right? Yeah? So how about a new adventure? What do you mean? Here, let me show you. Yuri reaches into her backpack. She produces a copy of The Hobbit, also by Tolkien. It's the other Lord of the Rings prequel. Here, I think you'll love this. By J.R.R. Tolkien? He writes super epic fantasy, right? Like the one you're reading? I'm not sure I'm smart enough to read this. Oh, you're plenty smart enough. before and this before DDLC Plus introduced what's it called? Dusk Bell, that massive book that Yuri was reading that she tried to get Sayori into. that's so detailed that she needs to take notes while reading it. Anyway, here, just read the first few lines. Oh, all right. In a hole in the ground there lived a hobbit. Not a nasty, dirty, wet hole filled with the ends of worms and oozy smell, nor yet a dry, bare, sandy hole with nothing in it to sit down on or to eat. It was a hobbit hole, and that means comfort. Okay, yes, I am invested in this. What's a hobbit, though? He gets into that in just a bit. MC walks up from the stairwell. Yeah, Tolkien had some very detailed descriptions of hobbits, as I recall from my reading of Fellowship of the Ring, Fellowship of the Rings. Yeah, he had, I mean, he had a lot of very detailed descriptions of a lot of things, uh, which is part of what turned me off the book. To be honest, is just there was not much focus on character development or character establishment or character relationships, and it just felt flat and uninteresting to me. I mean, I suppose the book is vivid in the sense of you can picture how everything looks because there is like basically describes every twig, but it's yeah, I don't know. It just the book felt kind of dry. It didn't make me feel like reading more of them. I don't ever read Victor Hugo. Les Miserables. Okay for me to push the plot forward one step. I need you to have 5 chapters about this convent where this step is going to happen. Uh-huh. I can believe it. Anyway, moving on. MC walks up from the stairwell. Hey, ladies. Getting some literature in before Literature Club. Literature is a lifelong journey, MC. Not merely a club activity. Of course. Reading The Hobbit, Sayori. I thought you were reading Momotaro again. I was, but then Yuri gave me this to read? That's a great recommendation for you. I think you'll love it. I already am so far. Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm just suddenly reminded of when I went to college and one of my classmates randomly recommended the Dragonlance Chronicles to me. It's a fantasy series, very good fantasy series, like very very in-depth, sprawling world and timeline, but full of relatable characters and interesting plot twists and storylines and so on. I've enjoyed those much more than I did the Fellowship of the Ring. But yeah, it's kind of funny to reflect on that. Like she just randomly we were talking about books and she she just recommended it to me, and she even lent me her copy of it. I've got it, and now I have like a huge stack of them, the books from the series on my shelf there. I don't know. So I'm just kind of pointlessly reminiscing now. Anyway, moving on. What are we doing up here today? Just eating and reading? That is basically the plan. Yes. Thanks for coming up to visit today, MC. Sure thing. By the way, hope you don't mind, but I invited Natsuki up today too, so she'll probably be God damn it, that phrase. Probably be along. Assuming she finds the time for us after hanging out with her other friends. I'm sure she'll be up before too long. What do they even talk about down there? Who knows? The failings of students who are not present, no doubt. Or boys. Talking about boys sounds fun. I want to talk about boys. Or at least one boy. I don't think they talk about boys in the way you might want to talk about boys. Yeah. I wanted to comment on that. The previous session where Sayori and Monica had their sleepover, and Monica made that comment about talking about boys. It's I don't know. What am I trying to say here? I don't know. It's just okay. Maybe it's just me and my hang-ups about gender and gender roles. I guess it just feels like a gendered thing to do. Or, I mean, a very heteronormative thing, obviously. of, oh, girls get together, so therefore they talk about boys. It feels it sort of felt like an un-Monica thing to say, I guess. I don't know. I mean, maybe. I mean, particularly since Monica is pansexual, as established in this. I don't know. It just like I said, maybe it's just a me thing. Is I just me having personal hang-ups about gender and so on. It's a her and Sayori thing that was the idea. Yeah, it's kind of like in there's another mod, another moment with you that I did proofreading for, and Monica had a line where she's talking to Sayori and she says, "Can I have a word with you, girl to girl?" And again, it might have just been me and my gender hangups. I was like, it just seems, that feels like an odd turn of phrase for Monica to use. Like, I mean, take it away from the context of Monica saying it. I suppose you could just as easily, like, if there were two men involved, you could say, talk to you man to man or something. But talk girl to girl, okay, fine. I don't know. It just has particular connotations that don't feel like how I imagine Monica talks. But then again, I mean, Monica does indicate that she's kind of faking the whole, sophisticated look. Trying to look president-y and stuff. So if she does have like casual colloquialisms like that, I don't know. I guess it's just different versions of people's headcanons about what Monica's like and how she talks, I guess. Anyway, moving right along. Well, I think I could totally impress them with my boy talk. In fact, I'm gonna go down there right now and get Natsuki. Phew. And then talk about boys. Haha. So he runs off. Well, that can't be good. Aren't you going to run after her? She's going to talk about you, Aren't you curious? To be honest, I feel like I'd probably feel more comfortable not knowing what she's going to say. Yeah, I feel that. I remember this was a while ago. I was in the cast of a play one time because I do shows from time to time. This would have been 20 years ago, actually, now that I think about it. But I don't know, that there was a meeting after rehearsal one time where we were just hanging out in a restaurant, and I don't know, somebody started like reading through names on the cast list and like rating how dateable people were or something like that. And when they got to me, I just I had to leave the room. I didn't want to hear. I didn't really want to hear what they had to say about me. I felt weird about it. Fellow theater person. Oh yeah. Oh, have I not? What play? Oh, that would have been MAME. That was back in 2000. Wow, that's going back. I mean, I've been in a bunch of plays over the years, over the decades. Mostly musicals. You may have noticed this cup that I've been drinking out of like every stream. It says Carousel, Rodgers and Hammerstein's Carousel, from the November 2004 production from Scarborough Music Theatre. It's a local. It's in the East End of Toronto. Community theater group. I've worked with theater groups like basically all over Toronto. East to west and in between, everywhere in between too. I don't think I've been paid for. It's just for fun. 75% chance the restaurant was Denny's. Not in this case. Yeah, there aren't a lot of. I don't know if there are any Denny's in Toronto. Um, Denny's isn't as big in Canada as it is in the U.S. Um, nice new carousel. Yeah. Oh yeah. In a few musicals, not many, but a few. That's cool. That's cool. Very cool. Huh. Les Mis. Woo. Yeah. Phantom. Rocky Horror. Oh. I think it's overrated, and that's my unpopular theater opinion. Yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough. I'm curious. Denny's Toronto. Are there any Denny's around? You know, like there are at least two. Are there? Yeah, seriously, there are two in all of Toronto, and Toronto's a big city. You know, like, we've got a few million people here. So yeah, um, yeah. Basically the only time I've been to Denny's is when I like visiting the States, like for barbershop conventions and stuff, and we need to eat out somewhere. And yeah, it's the place to go, you know, for being open late. And their barbershop conventions typically end with like people, like a lot of late night drunken singing. So yeah, Denny's is the place to go for those. uh, yeah, good times, good times. Anyway, I'm gonna move right along here. After I take this sweater off, I'm feeling a bit. My neighbors like to crank the air conditioning, and I have to repeatedly adjust the thermostat back again, and they they seem to like to keep it in a temperature range where it's you know not quite cold enough to warrant a sweater, but not hot enough to you know to not have it on. So you like have to go back and forth. It's kind of annoying. Oh well. Anyway, moving on. I guess that's pretty understandable. Oh. So, I mean, in terms of hotness, you could do a lot worse. And super true. Definitely. Hey, everyone. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, this is going to be awkward. Sayori has presumably never crashed one of these meetings before. Hi, Sayori. What you guys doing in here? We were, are we talking about boys? Oh no, exactly. I guess, yeah, we kind of are. Great, because I've got fantastic boy talk. Sayori closed her eyes and takes a breath. My boyfriend is a really good kisser. Sayori. When my boyfriend kisses me, my mind goes completely blank. Everything I might have been worried about goes away. Short-term fears, long-term problems, whoosh, gone. I just kind of focus on the feeling of the kiss, and that's all the world is. As long as we're kissing, it's like all my problems go away. Sometimes I get kind of the same feeling just by looking right into his eyes. It's amazing. But I have to be really careful. It's actually such a high for me that there's always a huge come down. And stopping the kissing once I started makes me crash a little bit, and then all the problems come rushing back at once. Oh, great. Oh dear. Oh, very no. Yeah. I mean, I don't think I don't think Natsuki's circle of friends is ready to hear talk about personal emotional problems. But I can, you know, I can concur that you know, kissing someone you love, it does kind of make everything seem to go away, and you just want it to last. Anyway, but while we're kissing, it's like being transported temporarily to heaven. That's expression. Anyway, I just wanted to share that. And I came to say that we need you up on the roof when you can, Natsuki. Literature Club business. Bye, everyone. Ah, wow, blatant bragging theory. That was something, wasn't it? Yeah, it sure was. It was something super hot is what it was. The way she described it, ugh, I want a boyfriend like that. Me too. And you make everyone around you cool, Notsky. Yeah, I always thought Sawyer was kind of dorky, but damn. You shouldn't judge people by their cover, you know. Judge people by their cover? Sarah's got all kinds of secrets to her. Are you going to go up there now? Yeah, in a second. But before that, I want to finish what we were talking about. Oh, yeah, where were we on that? Well, we were talking about whether a school 5 is the same as an outside world 5? Hmm? Is this an Animal Crossing thing or something? Which it clearly is not. I'd say it's off by 1. Like a school 5 is a regular 4. Straight from the literature club, don't judge a book. Yeah. They're talking math? Sure. They're rating hotness? Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, fair enough. So what would happen if a regular 10 attended our school? They'd be an 11, of course. Oh, of course. Makes total sense. Of course. Everything I say is a blessing of wisdom upon you all. Yeah. I guess I should have clued into, yeah, they're assigning people numbers based on, yeah, hotness. Anyway, she's been down there an awfully long time. I wonder what she's been talking about. Probably you. Not too much, I hope. I get really embarrassed when Sarah talks about me. That's why she does it, you know. She likes the reaction she gets out of you. Oh, don't worry so much. She's probably not saying anything too embarrassing. Although, that might depend on how embarrassing the material she has on you is. I don't even want to think about what you mean by that. I'm just going to pretend everything's really normal down there. And she's not saying anything that will shame and haunt me at this school forever. That's probably for the best. Hey, look who I brought back. Hello, Natsuki. What's up, Yuri? Much. Yeah? Like what? Oh, you know, the sky, uncounted stars and celestial phenomena. Me relative to you. Har, har. In all seriousness, I'm doing fine. I'm still not coming up with any good ideas for today's poem. Do you maybe want to help me write later, Natsuki? You want me to help you with one of your poems? Episode 31 moment? If you say so. Well, well, well. No, really, I think you'd be really useful. This topic is a really hard one for me. It doesn't fit my style well. I think I could use you to at least bounce some ideas off of, if that would be alright. Well, hey, sure, if you're going to be so genuine and nice about it, but no short jokes while we work on your poem. I promise. Yay! So, do you want to hear about what my boy talk was, MC? The girls downstairs are really into it. Were they? Seriously? Yeah! Tell him, Natsuki. I'm not sure he wants to hear it. I probably don't. Well, he's going to hear it anyway. It is important, true information, and he needs to hear it. Well then. Sarah basically talked up what it's like to be kissed by you. She spent kind of an uncomfortable amount of time on it, actually, but it was totally hot and really adorable. She talked a lot about how you kissing her quiets her brain down and how much she enjoys that. It's true. Sometimes it feels like you can make all the problems go away with kisses. And I know it's not the real way to get rid of my bad feelings, but it sure is dangerously addictive. She must have misspoken there. Did we need a recap of this? We did? That was a rhetorical question? Anyway, just like everything else about you, I'm glad to be of service, though I wish you wouldn't tell the whole school about it, but you're so incredibly cute when you're acting shy. Maybe I'm addicted to flustering you, too. Well, you have been doing it to me my whole life. Alright, you adorable dweebs, that's enough. Tone it down or get a room. Some of us are actually trying to eat lunch. Speaking of eating lunch, is Monica not going to come up to eat with us? I was actually originally going to invite both her and Kenzo up here since he's coming to club today, but did no one ask her to come up with the rest of us? I saw that you texted her. I saw that you texted her, MC, but she never said anything. Has anyone seen her around today? I've seen her around here and there. She's got that really important meeting with the student council about the club next week, so she seems pretty busy. It's kind of nice not having her around for a while. Anyway, oh, ouch. What? Oh, don't mind me. I was just thinking out loud. And you don't want Monica around? Heh, just some of the time? Or why? She's just so bossy sometimes, you know? It's like she thinks she's our mom or something. It gets old. I mean, earlier in this session, Sarah was telling Monica that Monica gets overly smug when she gets her way around other people. Anyway, moving on. And she's just, I don't know, always being like, Monica, you know? Not sure I do. I don't know, she just is always on, always being professional leadership Monica, I guess. It's like she never takes a break to just be herself. I mean, I did kind of wonder about the fact that Sari started acting like this after the sleepover session at Monica's place. Maybe I was thinking maybe something happened during there, or maybe it's just Sari seeing Monica act like not her Monica self made Sari see the contrast more, or something like that. Anyway, moving on. That gets old too. So it's nice to have a break from that and just be with relaxed people, I guess? I guess that makes sense. Still, I wish you were around right now. It feels weird to have the whole club eating lunch together and be missing just Monica. Haha. You ready to work on the poem together, Yuri? Are we just gonna slip in a just Monica phrase into each episode here? Yeah. Anyway, you ready to work on the poem together, Yuri? Ready to receive all my sage wisdom? Absolutely. I am looking forward to being enlightened. Cool. Let's head over to another bench so we don't bother the lovebirds with poetry talk. Yes, we... Oh, are. Physical, yes? I lied to them about why I didn't want Monica around. Oh, But I don't want to lie to you. Right now, I just feel like I hate her. I don't want to be near her at all. When I am near her, I just feel so angry. I don't know why. It's okay to tell you things like that, right? Do you hate me now? Or think I'm a terrible person? Oh, fun. Of course, I don't hate you. It's always okay to tell me things like this. I want to be someone that's always safe for you to talk to about whatever you want. I don't really understand, but it doesn't affect the way I think of you at all. I'll always just love you no matter what, okay? If anything, it seems like you need a distraction from your feelings. Do you want a hug? Yeah. Maybe some kisses, too. Mwah. Mwah. PDA like this is against school rules, young lady. We're rule breakers, rebellious teenage outlaws. Knocking on the door. Come in. Oh, hi Kenzo. You're here early. Yeah, I thought it would be a good idea to come early and make a good first impression. You're here early too, Monica. I guess I shouldn't be surprised. You've always been the responsible type. Actually, I have a bit of a bad habit of being late. I'm always busy with other projects and I end up walking in here well after everyone else. But I'm trying to get better about it. Like I said, the responsible type. Welcome back to the Ken Zone. Yeah. So, what do you guys actually do? Well, it varies. We always write and share poems for one thing. Crap, was I supposed to do that? What do you mean was I supposed to do that? The whole frickin' reason... Sorry. Last session ended with... Monica said we should pick something that Kenzo's familiar with, so that uh, uh, he can feel more welcome, and that's why they picked basketball as a topic, because he plays basketball. And like I was under the impression that they were going to tell Kenzo to write a poem about basketball in preparation for the club meeting. Did they not tell him? Like, does this not like defeat the whole point of picking basketball as a topic? Second tallest visible person DDCM, I believe. Yeah. Who told Kenzo to write a poem? No. I thought that was the whole point of choosing that topic, was so that they could ask Kenzo to write the poem. I'm confused now. Just wanted to greet him with nice basketball poems. Okay. Anyway, moving on. I hadn't heard about that. No, it's fine. You don't owe us any poems, although we may have you write one this week. Do you know how long you're supposed to be coming here for? No, actually, I was hoping you or Masaida might know, but apparently at the very least I'm going to have to write some essays. What about? Some books and stuff we discussed in my English Lit class. I think Masaida is mostly hoping you guys can help me with those. Oh, is that all? We can definitely help with that and maybe get you done quickly. It's... Wait, like, did Masaida not communicate this to Monica? Like, this week's theme seems to be communication or lack thereof. We had that scene between Sayori and Yuri talking about the importance of communication, and now here we have people failing to communicate important information to each other. Like, Kenzo didn't know that he was joining the club, and he didn't know about the basketball poem, and Monica didn't know that he's supposed to be writing essays and that he's supposed to be getting their help. Like, what was communicated? I just sort of... I mean, yeah, we didn't see all the details. We didn't see a lot of detail in the scenes that we saw. I just sort of assumed that there was extra communication that happened in between scenes or something. But, like, nope, it's just like... Nobody said anything to anyone, I guess. Anyway, moving on. Oh, hi Kenzo. It's good to see you again. Oh, hey Sayori. It's really good to see you around and happy. How have you been doing? A lot better, thank you. Monica? Monica? Sayori nods curtly and heads off to her usual seat by the door. What is up? Hey, Kenzo in the house. Good to see you again, man. How's it going? You have having a regular one? A normal one? I need to research that meme more. I mean, I think according to the meme, having a normal one is not a positive thing. But anyway, moving on. Clearly. But yes, I'm having a very normal one. Natsuki, right? That's me. And don't you forget it. Hi, Kenzo. MC tentatively extends his hand to Kenzo. Kenzo smiles and takes Enzie's hand, shaking it firmly. Uh-oh. They just did a mutual dipping motion. The MC Kenzo shipping intensifies. I mean, someone did make shipping fan art of those two, so. Anyway, moving right along. Hi, MC. We cool? We're definitely cool. I just hope you won't think we're all terribly lame after today. Poetry isn't exactly the most fun thing for some people. Yeah, can't say I'm super into it. But I guess that's why I'm here, so that I can learn to appreciate things that aren't normally my cup of tea. Focus fail? Yeah. And speaking of tea, that's another thing we do here. Tea, I mean. I make tea, sometimes, for the club. I see? Said order fail? Yeah. Yeah. Said order is overrated. In my earlier mods, I used to change Z orders for every focus change. I stopped doing that. Um, it started feeling weird to me when people are repeatedly popping in front of each other whenever the focus changes. I think like the focus change where they have the little expanding thingy that they do when they talk. I think that's enough to indicate that they're talking. Um, I don't know. I just sort of feel funny about that, I guess. Knew Yuri was gonna come in there, haha. Yeah. Anyway, don't worry about her. She turns into an anxiety box when unfamiliar people are around. Natsuki. What? It's true. Anyway, are you ready to go today? What's the plan? MC goes and sits by Sayori and starts talking to her in a gentle voice. Well, both me and MC haven't chosen an activity yet this semester, so one of us will do that. MC and I think, would be proper grammar, Monica. Anyway, but first, to welcome Kenzo to the club, why don't we share the poems we wrote for him? You guys wrote poems for me? You don't need to do anything like that. But we did. Or more accurately, we wrote about a topic we thought you might be interested in. Yuri, why don't you start us off? Putting Yuri on the spot after she's been doing all that stressing about it? And immediately after saying that Yuri turns into an anxiety, like Natsuki pointed out that Yuri becomes all anxious around new people, you're going to put Yuri of all people on the spot here? That doesn't seem right. Oh well. Synchronize. You're from the girl who misspelled cacophony? Me and MC? Yeah. Anyway. Synchronize. The galaxy moves 581 kilometers every second through the universe. The sun moves 230 kilometers every second around the galaxy. The Earth moves 30 kilometers every second around the sun. Your goal is attached to its surface, and that is spinning at half a kilometer per second, and so are you, and so is the ball. And with infinitely practiced skill, with the care of an astronaut, guiding his craft to an orbital interception, with the speed of a warrior challenged by enemies, you throw the ball at 5 meters every second to begin this strange rendezvous. But the angle matters as well. Trigonometry, calculus, physics, impulses and gravity, curves and air resistance. Your body calculates it all for you, instantaneously, without hesitation, until in its gentle arc, with a cumulative speed of 841.5005 kilometers per second, the ball impossibly passes through its goal, moving at 841.5 kilometers per second. A miracle of synchronicity in a disordered universe. I am told this is worth 2 points. Hey, you like it? that's I am told this is worth 2 points. I'm sorry. It's funny. It's banger poem. Yeah, it's cute. It's like she has no idea anything about the game, so this is her take on it. Trying to make it sound like big picture stuff, like the biggest picture. Its place in the universe. Anyway, moving on. So, what did you guys think? Well, I think it's fantastic. Some of your finest work yet. Is that because you helped write it? Yep. I thought this one seemed a little Natsuki-like. It even has that characteristic punchline at the end. Yeah. It's a great ending. Yeah, last line clearly shows that she got help from someone this week. Yeah. Saying the sequel to I Want Breakfast, now written by 2 completely different people and actually relevant to the poem. Yeah. Very Natsuki feel to it. But at the same time, it retains a lot of Yuri's signature style, the elegant, rich description of shooting a basketball. But at the same time, it doesn't just seem like a Natsuki punchline stapled onto a Yuri poem, does it? At the same time... Did she use the phrase at the same time twice? Consecutive sentence? Oh well. I don't know. Moving on. No, it's put together really well. It's kind of like the poem was written to mix their two styles really effectively. It doesn't really work without both of their main ideas. I think it works together really sweetly. So, Kenzo, any thoughts? You guys have a lot of deep thoughts about poetry. I thought the poem was pretty cool. I guess I never really thought about how much went into playing basketball. Kind of neat when you think about it. Thank you. Who will go next? I will. Ordinary. Once upon a time, I'd go to join the crowds, and I sat with them. Sorry. Once upon a time, I'd go to join the crowds, and I sat with them there. They'd jump and cheer so loud. I laughed and cheered myself, but I didn't really get why. Seemed like they felt excited, but I felt nothing inside. Oh no. Not because I didn't get the game, that I understood quite well, but because I didn't feel alive, just emptiness I could not tell. Now when I go, I kind of get it. I jump, my heart beats fast. Do I feel how everyone feels? Am I ordinary at last? Meter failure. Yeah. Oh well. Ordinary. Ooh. She's, yeah. Don't think this is actually about basketball. It's more about, but I mean, it's obviously about her adapting to, the antidepressants. And it's kind of neat how, she tied that in with the basketball idea. Like, she like, yeah, like it's just not about basketball at all. It's just about her generally realizing that, hey, is this what people feel like all the time? That's cool. You know? Anyway, moving on. Kind of spooky, Sayori. Does everyone here... Everyone here knows I have awful crippling depression. Yep. Still so weird that you say that so cheerfully. You got used to it. And you know, this is kind of a first. This might be the first poem Saria has ever written about feeling better. I'm pretty psyched about it. It's even weird that you guys are so used to her being depressed. That simulation spectator camera does not account for rendering 6 people at once. Well, yeah, I guess. It just looks really bad. Well, yeah, 5 people is already kind of dodgy. Yeah, you know, it's true. It does feel a bit crowded. I mean, when I made Gay Lesbian Club, I had 5 people on screen for the entire mod, and yeah, I feel that it does feel a bit crowded. Oh well. They've had a long time to process it, much more than you've had. Don't beat yourself up over it, silly. Yeah, Sayori and we have been through a lot together. It's an interesting turn of phrase. Sorry if our reactions to these themes from her seem a little strange. It's just part of who she is, and we've learned to accept it. But that said, I agree with MC. It's really nice to hear something like this from Sayori. From Sayori. We and Sayori. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I don't know if there's a way to phrase that without sounding a little odd. Sayori. Anyway. It feels like she's at a turning point or something. The actual poem is pretty good too. It's a little less filled with symbolism and metaphor for a Sayori poem, much more literal and direct, but I'm cool with that. Makes it pretty easy to access. Well, I don't want to be a stick in the mud or go off on one of my long, inconsiderate tangents, but for me, Sayori writing about her pain was a lot of what gave her poetry poignance. This poem feels lost, unsure of itself. Really? What, in a bad way? I mean, the questioning of, is this what ordinary people feel like? I mean, you could argue that it feels unsure of itself in that sense, because like in the sense that she's unsure of what people feel like, but I thought that was kind of the point. I mean, feeling. I mean, it's a poem is an expression of a feeling. So if she's feeling lost and unsure of herself, I mean, surely that's part of the point. I don't know. Anyway, moving Obviously, that's a very, very good thing for Sayori compared to being sure of hopelessness. And worthlessness, hee. And worthlessness, yes. But the strength of that awfulness is removed from the poem. It feels like there's a powerful voice missing relative to the poems I'm used to from you, Sayori. You know, like between, like it's. Mm, I don't think it's a bad thing. I don't think it's a bad thing. I mean, I thought the meaning behind the poem was clear enough anyway. I mean, it's this kind of line of commentary from Yuri is kind of bugging me because it's the same sort of thing as MC complaining about Sayori's antidepressant dosage being too high. Like, holy crap! Like, we went through an entire season of Sayori dealing with crippling depression, and she's finally getting help for herself, and people are going like, "Whoa, that's a bit too much now." You're like guys, could this could you try to be a little more encouraging here? I mean, it's it's leading into that notion of, oh, you have to suffer for your art. Like, you can't produce good poetry unless you're currently suffering now. That's the kind of mindset which drives people to suffer needlessly. Make them suffer more than they need to anyway. You got keep up her pretentious cred, haha, yeah. Otherwise, you know one of those. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. It just it's like, I mean, I don't know. Like part of it is like even after the whole lobotomy scare, like even after that, Surya was reluctant to get get therapy, and she still needed to be coaxed into it after that. I mean, I know I bring that up a lot, and I was just really exasperated out after that because I was like the whole the whole lobotomy thing was like, this is big. Like, it should have been this big, holy crap, Siri seriously needs help right now kind of thing. And Siri's immediate reaction was like, hey, how about therapy? And she's like, nope. And they just carried on as normal. I was like, and I was a little exasperated about that. And it just emphasizes that this was really, really, really hard for her to get around to actually getting help and actually trying to get better. And now we have Yuri saying, oh, well, actually you should suffer more. It'll improve your poetry, Like, screw you, Yuri. Just, anyway, moving right along. Yeah, I think there is. You're right. I do kind of feel a little lost with myself right now. I'm still figuring things out a little upstairs, but yeah, the poem's maybe a little drifty because of it. I knew when I wrote it that it wasn't the same as before, but it's how I feel right now. And that's perfectly all right. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's how you feel now. Therefore, that's how it should be. I mean, if it's a poem, it's supposed to express how you feel, and how you feel. If it reflects how you feel, then you did it right. No need to suffer further. Thank you. Anyway, moving on. Like I said, I personally am very happy that you're improving. It's just interesting to see what effect that has on the poetry. Okay. Me next, though. Tall handicap. You ever notice it's always the really tall ones who have trouble with free throws? It's weird, isn't it? They're so much closer to the hoop, you'd think they'd have it easier. They took it for granted. It's right there for them, easy and free. They don't need to spend hours practicing. But we did. The short ones can only do with skill what the tall ones do by nature. So when skill matters, it's always the people who had to practice that you'll find standing tallest. Haha. Nice. Very Nosky. Love it. Is this a tall joke from Natsuki? No, it's a destruction of tall people, and a powerful statement on behalf of all short people everywhere. I see. Well, as such, I think it does a good job. It's another very little literal one like Sayori's. Yeah, poetry needs flowery metaphors. Rule number 1692 in Yuri's Book of Poetry Rules. I wouldn't put it quite like that, but just for me, I like it when poetry uses symbolism to represent something in a new way, or when something is examined from a novel perspective. Yeah, well, I guess a poem about the struggles of being tall wouldn't be very novel for you. What did everyone else think? I thought it was very inspiring. I respect your representation of short people. Like Yuri says, it's very straightforward, even for you, but it has its points and it makes it well. I'd say it's a very effective poem. I think we all had a hard time writing fancy poems about basketball. It's really hard to be anything other than really literal. Yeah, exactly. But I think that Natsuki did the best job she could with what she was given, so I think she should get a lot of credit for that. You know, usually it really is the tall guys that have trouble with free throws. No one really knows why that is. Some people think it is a lack of practice, but I'm not so sure. There are plenty of tall guys who practice their hearts out, but still shoot badly from the line. Some people say that shooting with the right arc is actually harder when you're taller. Some people say that taller players usually have larger hands, which makes long-range shots hard. And then some people say that taller guys usually do layups or dunks in close, so they have less live practice shooting. And no one really knows. Fascinating. Absolutely fascinating. So it's just funny. He had no comment about the poem itself, just talking about basketball itself in general. I wonder. I mean, I haven't I haven't shot a basket since like high school phys ed or PE. We called it phys ed in when I was in school. Maybe that's a Canadian thing. Natsuki just happy to hear that tall people suffer. Yeah. Shall I go next? Zen of stress. There's a zen to it, like golf. The mastery of muscle memory, the inward perfection and stillness. But you have no time. Here they come now, furious and aggressive, to take what is yours. Your inward perfection faces external challenge. Your stillness is in motion. You must have 1,000 different muscle memories, the right one for the situation. And your zen is a zen of perfection under pressure, and the clock is ticking. Zen of stress, yeah. Cool. Hey, that was great. Really? Yeah. Really got across the feeling of playing the game. You really have to find your center and be at peace with yourself, but the trick is you're under a lot of pressure to do that. This poem really gets that whole thing. And thanks. Hey, if the actual basketball player says so, it must be so. Never really played much live basketball, just like practicing free throws. You got pretty good at it, but it's probably a lot different under pressure. It is. I want to be able to punctuate my poems like Monica someday. When I write my poems, I always forget about punctuation. I just kind of write it. But then I look at Monica's poems and I think, oh yes, punctuation is good for making poems better. Uh-oh. Is this the prelude to the infamous Yuri punctuation speech that I've heard so much about? Not really Kenzo just simping for Monica? Yeah. Anyway. It's good for making poems better. You punctuate great when you think of it, Sayori. It's just something you need to get into the habit of. I like the change of perspective of this poem. Start just generally describing things like an omniscient narrator, but then it snaps you into the perspective of the basketball player, and then you appreciate how difficult the abstract things that were being discussed really are. It's very effective. Yes, and I like how the meter almost feels like it slows down at the end, like time is slowing down as you try to take that last really important shot. Gets the feeling of pressure across really well. At the same time, it tries to get across that you're trying to stay cool. Solid poem, Monica. Guess I'm last to go today. Punctuating with Yuri is coming, you cannot escape it. Haha, yeah. Competitor. Never really been good at sports, though boys are supposed to be. I'm strong enough and fast enough, but I'm just a little clumsy. The guys who are good I watch in awe, maybe a twinge of jealousy. I like to try and get out there, competition is built into me, but I just haven't found what I'm good at yet. Maybe eventually. MC feeling a bit inadequate? Boys are supposed to be. They're gendered expectations. Anyway, moving on. I didn't know you felt so competitive, MC. I think every guy does, a little bit. We want to get out there and feel that rush. It's a really addictive feeling, competing in something physical. Just wish I was any good at it. What sports have you tried? Not a lot. I did try basketball and wasn't good at it, and I just don't have enough speed or physicality for soccer. Well, some people have to try a few things before they find something they're good at. I know there's got to be some sport out there that'll work for you. Ever tried baseball? I did before when I was younger, but I stopped playing. Maybe I should try again. Delicious gender roles, yeah. Inadequacy, my favorite, yeah. Yeah. I mean, speaking for myself, I've never been a sports fan. Yeah, it's just like really any sport. They just have never had any interest to me. I did take dance classes a while back. I really like those. I took a variety of classes, like ballet, tap, jazz. I took hip hop dance classes for a while. That was neat. It's fun to. It's very different kind of physicality. It's. I was gonna say it's not competitive. Well, there are dance competitions, but it's yeah. I don't know. It just holds a lot more appeal to me as a form of that form of exercise than any kind of sport. I don't know. I don't know. I guess just no sports that really grab me. I guess. I mean, I obviously I played like baseball, basketball, whatever in like school gym classes or whatever. But yeah, it's just never been my thing. Any competitiveness I engage in is more likely to come from video games. That's just me being a big nerd. LGBTQ sandwich, lettuce, guacamole, bacon, tomato, queso? Compliantly delicious. Ha 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 ha. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. Maybe I should try again. Yeah, I know the baseball team's always in need of more guys. You might surprise yourself. Bringing it back to the subject of poetry, there's sort of a loose rhyming scheme here. Was that by design? There was originally a more strict rhyming structure, but it was getting in the way of the idea. I see. I'm kind... Excuse me. I think I need to get more water. I'm gonna go use the washroom. I will be right back. After I... There you go. And I'm back again. Oh yeah, I wanted to mention, funnily enough, the shirt I'm wearing is, I don't know if you can see the logo. It says Guys and Dolls. That's another show that I did. That one was from 2011. Um, yeah, it's another musical I performed in. I performed in a bunch of musicals over the years. I mean, I haven't done anything since the pandemic started. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, I kind of haven't been into. Uh, 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 yeah, I just haven't been into doing much of anything since 2020 started. Really, I mean, I don't get out much at all. But even before that, the musicals I was in were kind of few and far between. I think the last one I did was Hunchback of Notre Dame. I was in the choir for that. That was fun. That was a neat show. That was in when was that? Was that 2019, 2018? I don't know. Oh, and the other thing I wanted to since I mentioned dance classes, still have my tap shoes. Uh, I haven't worn these in ages. I mean, well, I mean, I did. Okay, I mean, I I probably deafened everybody by holding the taps up to the mic there, but it's great. Tap dancing is it's a great exercise. Like you have to like really get up on your toes to make good good tap sounds. You know, they've got these metal soles for making like really loud tap noises. Um, and yeah, good exercise. It's very aerobic, very it's more of a workout than you might expect. You know, like I said, like I'll work up more of a sweat from tap dancing than like ballet, for example. Where like ballet is the focus is more on you know, balance and poise and stuff rather than and flexibility more than I mean ballet can also be energetic, but you know anyway. And since I haven't touched those shoes in years, they are very dusty, and I need to wash my hands again. I'll be right back. Yeah, yeah, I first started taking dance classes like towards the end of high school, um, for a few years, and then I didn't take them for a long time, and I did take up tap again, you know, just for fun a few years back, uh, at the dance school that was being run by my former teachers of uh, 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 the, the dance school that I had been going to. Um, and yeah, they kind of split off and started their own school, and which, hey, good for them. Their school kind of seemed a little disorganized though. Like there are a couple times classes got canceled and they didn't communicate that to me, and I showed up and like, why is nobody here? Um, and also the recital came and went without me being aware of it. So I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's because I was in like the like adult tap class, and their focus is more on the kids, which okay. I mean, I was I was in the like this sort of after hours adult thing that uh, 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 um, uh, okay, wow. Taken out of context, the phrase "after hours adult" thing probably has a very different connotation. I should really clarify what I mean by that. I mean the dance school obviously is it's for kids. It's their so they've got like hundreds of kids that pass through their doors, to learn dance. Um, but they also have classes that are like for beginner adults who didn't have dance classes when they were kids. I mean, it's not that I was exactly a beginner at tap, but the tap dancing, but that's just how they separate them out. Um, oh hey, Lord Casero's here. Welcome to the stream. How's it going? But yeah. I don't know. I get the feeling that maybe they put less emphasis on the classes for adults, and so they, I don't know, didn't care to inform me about important things like, oh, by the way, the class is canceled today. Oh well. Anyway, moving right along. Yeah. I'm kind of interested by the competitive drive MC describes. That seems like a dangerous topic for Sayori to bring up, considering her ex is in the room. Okay. I'd like to hear more about that. Maybe later? Oh, okay. But since we're talking about poetry right now, this is another really literal poem I notice. We all did kind of have a problem being really fancy with it, huh? Except Yuri and Monica, of course. Not our fault. Prompt was to blame. I think your poem's fine, MC. Not your best work, but not your worst either. Relatively better than my crappy poem this week, anyway. I don't think so. We can all be crappy together. No one's crabby here. It's okay to have ups and downs week to week, especially with challenging prompts. BRB 10 minutes? Okay. I'll be sure not to go on any tangents in that time. if I can help it. Anyway, shall we move on to our next activity? Yeah, what is our next activity? You can choose, Monica. I'll go next week. Very well. In that case, first we all still need to give each other feedback on our stories from last week. Feedback on story. Oh yeah, the stories. That's right. The short stories. And then I'm going to have us do reading for next week, like a book club or something. Lame. My week to choose, my rules. Anyway, essay feedback, starting with mine. For the benefit of Kenzo, who wasn't here last week, my story was about a magical key that unlocks any door, even conceptual ones. Obvious escapist fantasy relates to you wanting to go through barriers you can't. Author insert. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Author insert. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's obviously it relates to Monica wanting to escape being a fictional character and so on. For the benefit of Kenzo and also anybody who didn't see the last episode on YouTube. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, but although Kenzo's not going to know what the author insert thing means in this context. Hey, Spooky Waters, welcome to the stream. Missed the last stream, so thanks, Monica. Yeah. Thanks. Very constructive. It was a little clear what you were going for, but I enjoyed the prose, and the story was fun to anticipate. I enjoyed the story, Monica. I thought it was fine. Thanks. I liked yours too, Sayori. Is that... is Monica making this comment out of being self-conscious about Sayori's subtle digs at her? Sayori wrote a story about an umbrella that gets forgotten by its owner, and is disturbingly fine with providing temporary convenience and then being discarded. Author, insert. Okay, maybe a little. Wait a second, Monica. Yeah. But I was kind of trying to get across what it's like to have people appreciate you and be useful to the people around you, however briefly. It's kind of supposed to be a happy story, and yet most people would say it ends sadly with the umbrella discarded. Why do you think you ended it that way? I think it was to show that even if things end or are sad eventually, you should always treasure the happy moments. Yeah. Insert, yeah. I mean, yeah, that's a way to look at it. That's, yeah. Yeah, like, I wonder about that. I, I'm gonna hold off comment on that until Dev comes back, because I actually, I'm curious to hear their take on it, but I'm gonna move on. Well, that's artistically valid. What did you all think about mine? The one about the AI scientist who ends up having to fuse her consciousness with that of her own AI to survive. Um, Author insert, maybe? Maybe a little, but that wasn't really the point. No, I guess not. I did like how she kind of got to her to share her mind with the mind she designed. It was like she sort of knew what the AI would think, but it also reacted differently than she expected. It was interesting that the AI was like her child, but also different from her in some ways. You guys are sure right about some interesting stuff in here. Yeah, I really liked Yuri's story. No surprise there. Well, Ma- you just outright say it? Monica is an AI after all. Huh? It's an inside joke. Monica's kind of always even-keeled and kind of emotionally neutral, so we joke that she's kind of a robot or an AI. Oh, I see. Anyway, I liked your story a lot, Yuri, but I liked MC's more. It was so sweet. MC's story was sort of a general examination of people through the lens of a pizza delivery guy. A pizza delivery guy. No alarms either? Yeah. I just... he just blurted it out there. Okay, anyway. And I think its central thesis was that people are basically as good as life lets them be. It was pretty interesting. And true, I'd say. Felt very down to earth, very realistic. That was another Radiohead reference? Oh, okay. Okay. MC said no surprise at all. Very down to earth, very realistic. I was impressed. And it's kind of surprising coming from you, Yuri. I would have expected you to want a weirder concept, but yeah, I liked it too. Even if it was only kind of an author insert, I agree that it was really normal, but still kind of profound. I like it when stories do that. Anyway, I guess that leaves mine to talk about. Mine is about a rich kid who runs away from home because being rich is boring, and his parents try to bring him home, but he escapes because he thinks being poor is more interesting. But was it an author insert? I think it was. Yeah, it might be. When you're not given much in life, you tend to think that earning it is the more interesting way to go, I guess. It's definitely an author insert, but that doesn't make it bad. Authors have to write what they know about and are familiar with to get depth. And that often means that the characters end up being them, to some extent. But that's how you bring stories to life, so some amount of it is acceptable. That's Monica's writing tip of the day. Natsuki running away? Exit music, Radiohead reference, and what can you? Yeah, I get it. I'm kind of surprised Natsuki's main character didn't try to scam his rich folks, so that he could give away the money to other poor people and his friends. Ah, dang. You're right. He totally would have done that. Well, today, yeah. Well, I'll know better for the sequel. Well, I guess that's about it for Club, almost. For poems next week, I want you to write about a poignant personal memory you've had. And for my activity, I'd like you all to read The Yellow Wallpaper by Charlotte Gilman. The Yellow Wallpaper. Okay. Not familiar with that book at all. I'm presuming it's a short story that can be read in a week. Well, shoot. I mean, if these streams were positioned better, I might have had time to like read the book in between this in the next stream, but I'm going to be streaming the next episode tomorrow, so oh well, it could have been neat to read it. Yeah, wallpaper is pretty short, yeah? Make a note of that then. I'll look it up later. The Yellow Wallpaper by Charlotte Gilden. Okay, note made. It's available online and it's pretty short, so you guys can just read it on there. And that's all for now. You want to ride, Natsuki? Sure, twist my arm. Well, that was the Literature Club, Kenzo. What'd you think? Well, it's definitely given me a lot to think about for my English class. You guys dissect stories and poems and stuff on, like, a whole other level. I think it's short enough to read in an hour or two at most. Okay. Yeah, maybe I'll check it out. But it was fun. Thanks for having me. See you guys next week. Phew, that was a close one with my AI comment. Thanks for saving that, Sayori. No problem. Let me hit the restroom real quick, and then I'll be ready to walk home. You're still doing emails at my place, right? That is the plan, yes. Great, see you guys in a second. But is Sayori coming along? I mean, she said she didn't want to do that. Right in a class for the class in college goes by quick? Okay. Yeah. Alright, okay, moving on. Sayori, are you alright? Yeah, I'm fine. Just maybe a little anxious about having everyone over to MC's place. Sayori looks away for a minute or so. Yuri looks fretful, like she wants to work up the courage to say something. Just too many people? Or maybe you're feeling a little possessive? Or is it that you don't want And I'm back. Shall we go? Yeah. That she doesn't want Monica there? Alright, time to get going on the emails for today. Oh boy, emails, yeah. As you likely already know, we answer emails every week from the real world. We had to do them at MC's house today since explaining emails from the real world would be difficult in front of Kenzo. But now we're free to be our weird, simulated selves. And don't forget that you can email me your questions for the club at lit.club.prez.monica@gmail.com. You always get a response, from me at least, and I usually end up having the club answer most questions. So that, without further ado, let's get started. Oh, I'm going to move the thing over onto this side here. Here we go. Mornings are the perfect times for wake-up drinks, such as coffee, juice with or without pulp, and for some people, hot tea. So my question is, what drink wakes each of you up in the morning? With love and a bro fist, Joshua. P.S. I'm an apple juice person, especially if the apple juice is nice and cold. P.S.S.? Wait, script? It's supposed to be it should be PPS, as in postscript, as in after the after script. Oh well. Oh, interesting question. Roll call answers. I don't really drink things when I wake up, but when I do, I like orange juice. Wait, what? Monica? You're supposed to be the coffee lady. That's canon. Immersion ruined. Orange juice sweep. Huh. I mean, it's the only drink that Monica mentions in the original game. Therefore, she must drink it all the time. I mean, obviously, that's because that's what canon means. I'm kidding. Yeah. You know, I'm speaking for myself. I'm partial to having fruit juice. I mean, I like having fruit juice generally following meals. I've discovered. Here's where I'm going to go on my tangents here. Yours Ken is overrated. Oh yeah. Oh no. I'm totally making fun of people who insist that everything must adhere to canon in mods. Yeah, I was gonna say. I get heartburn sometimes, and I find I get it less if I follow meals with like fruit juice or some kind of something acidic, which seems backward. Like, why does having something acidic cut down on acid reflux? You think it would make it worse, but no, actually. Fun fact, as I learned from my anatomy classes when I was in the massage therapy program, but there is a sphincter muscle above the stomach which closes when there's sufficient acid in the stomach. I mean, it closes for I mean, there are a number of possible triggers for it to close, but having sufficient acidic content is one of them. So yeah, following meals with something acidic, I believe, is prompting the closing of that sphincter, and that that helps the acid reflux, which makes really interesting. I mean, I sort of feel like that means that people who take antacids for their acid reflux, heartburn, they're kind of shooting themselves in the foot there. Like they might actually be making the acid reflux worse because yeah, orange juice. First thing in the morning, that first thing. I mean, like I have it after breakfast. It's a good thing. It's a very acidic drink. I mean, like really any fruit juice is going to have some acidity to it. Anyway, moving on. Tea, of course. I drink soda. Like the gremlin that you are. How dare. Oh, hey, I love Mercy Feet. Welcome to the stream. First time chatter I see. Which mod is this? This is Club Meetings. It's a very good mod, actually. It's it was originally released episodically, so there was like one episode per week. There's like 36 episodes in it. So I'm slowly making my way through it. This is episode 17, so I'm like halfway through it. Basically, the idea is after the events of the original game, Monica brought everyone back, and it's sort of a slice of life thing, carrying on. Everyone being aware that it's a game, there's sort of a mix of like slice of life stuff. There's continuing to go to school and stuff, while also dealing with the trauma of the events of the original game and stuff like that. It's good stuff. It's right now there's a weekly thing where they answer emails from the real world. This is power to the mod creator for taking this. They just open it up to anyone in the audience saying, "Hey, send us emails, and we'll have the characters. They'll answer them in character." It's kind of neat, but seeing some of the emails they get, like, wow, okay, some people are they send in some interesting stuff, I'm gonna say. Anyway, moving right along. Yuri made fun of Noski drinking soda. Lol, yeah. I don't usually have time to drink anything in the morning, but when I do, I drink lots of water. One of these days I'm going to clip an explanation of yours so I can link it whenever someone new joins. Lol. Sure. Hey, hit the clip button, I guess. Maybe that explanation was good enough. Who knows? Anyway. Very healthy. I used to be a soda drinker like Natsuki, but now I'm getting into coffee. Next question. Firstly, I hope you guys are enjoyed the summer break. School must have been very tiring. On to the question. Well, have any of you guys heard of Fleeting Feelings series by M? Series of the mods goes like this: Disappearance, Don't, Somnium, Memories of Nothing, Hypnopompic, Fleeting Feelings. Time maybe, yeah. Speaking for myself, I've only played Somnium. I didn't realize they were a series when I played this. I picked up Somnium. It's a really interesting mod. It's like really out there. It's very avant-garde, and very compelling. And I highly recommend it. Unfortunately, all of M's mods got taken down. I mean, he took them down himself, in the wake of the whole Carl debacle, which is really unfortunate. You know, Carl ruins everything once again. Yeah, I can't blame him for doing that. I mean, like he doesn't want to have his work associated with, administrators making sexual advances on kids in the community. That's like, and like, I don't blame him for not wanting to associate himself with that. But he's done some really neat original works. I actually am is doing some other visual novels. He did My Sweet Zombie, or this he helped with that one, which I actually streamed on my channel not too long ago. And he's got another one in progress called I Just Want to Be Single, which is the anti-dating simulator, where like girls are throwing themselves at you and you're trying to stay friends with them all. It's a neat concept. It's a really quirky and fun game. I played a demo of that. I streamed a demo of that. It was a lot of fun. I can't wait for the full release to come out. I'll stream that one too. It's pretty neat. I return. Hey, welcome back, Dev. Wait, the same guy? How did I not remember that they made DDLC mod? Oh yeah. Missed the author insert joke. yeah, the whole running gag. Yeah, I really wanted, after playing Somnium, I really wanted to go through these, and I was disappointed when they got taken down. But I respect M's choice to take them down, so I haven't played them. I mean, the internet is the internet. Like, I'm sure I could find them if I wanted to, but it just feels somehow wrong to play them when he chose to take them down. Like he doesn't want people to play them. So fair enough. Just as soon play his new stuff. But glad you're back up. I was going to comment on something else. Regarding the author is a joke. The short story series short story was one that ends sad, and she said she thinks she says that she likes that for the fact that like even if things end up sad, it helps you reflect on or helps you focus on the happy times. I wonder about that. I mean, like in my own works, I like to try to have happy endings. I find, I mean, personally speaking for myself, I think I find some emotional catharsis in having some like really angsty stuff along the way and have it resolve in a happy way. But hey, maybe there is something to be said for sad endings, and it's really common in the DDLC modding community to have mods that have sad endings. I mean, like Exit Music comes to mind, since it's gotten mentioned so many times. Like for example, but I mean, not just that one, lots of them. I mean, I played a whole bunch of mods, and I tallied them up. There's like a clear majority of the mods that I played have sad endings, which is interesting to me. And I wonder about that tendency in the public to, or at least in the modding community to want sad endings, or to make them at least, because like the original DDLC has a super downer ending. Like everybody dies, and there's a final message from Monica saying, "There's no happiness to be found here. Sorry." I think for a lot of people, it's as simple as DDLC is a sad game, so I must be sad. Could be. I wonder. Or, it could be that it because it deals with the subject of depression so vividly. Like, Sayori's depiction of depression is quite vivid, and a lot of people relate to it. I think maybe it attracts depressed people. I mean, okay, it definitely attracts a lot of depressed people. I mean, holy moly! Like my time in spending my time spent as moderator. Because I was moderator for 3 years there. Like it was punctuated by periodically, people expressing suicidal thoughts. It came up quite frequently during my time there. So it's yeah, like they're, what can I say? I mean, there are a lot of depressed people there. That's the long and the short of it. But yeah, I wonder about that. Like, does it work like that? Like, if you have a sad ending, does it help you reflect on the happier times? Like, I sort of have the view that like the ending is what people remember the most. Like typically in any creative work, any piece of media, really, that like the beginning and the ending are what people remember the most. They don't remember the middle part so much. And like having a strong ending is important. And I just have the view that it's like having a happy ending makes, I feel like it makes the catharsis of dealing with the angsty parts stronger. That's my opinion. But I like to keep an open mind, and I kind of, it makes it like Sayori commenting on that just kind of was interesting to me. I've actually, as much as I like my work on Turquoise, I as much as I want to give it a happy ending, I have contemplated putting a secret bad ending in there, which is basically a chain reaction of suicides, and I'm just like I can already imagine how it would play out, and I'm like, I'm in that sort of state of like, why am I imagining things that make me cry? But I don't know, something about it has grabbed my imagination. I think I don't know 100% know if I'm gonna include a bad ending in there, but I think I might write one regardless, and then decide about whether to include it later. Just because I'm just sort of like, it's just rattling around in there. I feel like I need to write about it to get it out of my head, Yeah, I don't know. Like I'm glad that season 1 ended on a happy note. Of club meetings, incidentally. Like I think if it had more of a downer note, it would have just kind of brought the whole mood of the entire season down. Certainly, like mods like exit music. I mean. I mean, there are lots of other mods I could name. Arguably, it could be considered spoilers if I say which ones have sad endings, because if I start naming other mods, just a long con that's a warm fuzzy mod, just so I can really stab you in the heart. Haha, yeah, yeah. But yeah, like exit music got a lot of attention. So I mean, it's like as much it did have as much as it had a downer ending, it did really grab people, and some part of me is wondering, oh hey, maybe it would be more gutsy and memorable to give my mod a sad ending. I don't know. It's just not really my style, Back, what are we talking about? We're talking about happy endings versus sad endings of mods. Well, of stories, of media in general, really. And what sort of I'm wondering aloud why sad endings seem to be so popular in the community. Sad endings are definitely more memorable. Yeah, maybe just because we don't see too many happy endings. Yeah. Well, more memorable, absolutely. You know, I mean, and for that matter, there's an evolutionary reason for that. I mean, people tend to dwell on the negative. Like the theory is that there's an evolutionary reason for that. People dwell on the negative because you're instinctively looking for danger because you want to protect yourself. You don't, so you don't necessarily look for happy things. You look for yeah, like it's easier for someone to spot a frowny face in a sea of happy faces than to spot a happy face in a sea of frowny faces. And that's not just conjecture. Like that's actually been proven in like lab studies. They showed countless people pictures of seas of faces, and people are able to spot the frowny face faster. And it's because, and yeah, like the theory again is because people are instinctively looking for whatever's threatening. So yeah, like the sad endings would be more memorable for sure. And hey, you know, maybe that's what what helped. Part of what helped DDLC in general endure in the public consciousness as much as it has. You know, it's like people are still making mods for it 5 years later. Which is why every happy ending in fruition will also provide a sad ending. Lol. Interesting. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, something to think about. Yeah, yeah, it's too bad about these mods getting taken down. As much as I understand the reasons for it, and I respect the reasons for it. Yeah. Anyway, let's see what the club has to say about them. I have played the entire series, as have I. I think the series is wonderful. It's very thought-provoking and defies the normal expectations you might have for a DDLC mod. That sums up my experience with Somnium. Yep. That's the one mod out of the bunch that I played. It's about dreams. I strongly recommend the entire series. It's just so much more, I don't know, substantial than a normal mod. It feels important. Yeah, yep. I mostly agree with what Yuri said, I suppose. I guess I'm maybe just a little less fond of the series than she is. I don't want to spoil anything, but I have good reason for feeling that way. But yes, it is a very thoughtful series, and you should definitely play it. Moving on. Wait, that's it? You just heard their two reactions? No one else has anything to say about it? Okay. I guess. Anyway. So pretty much there's a rapper called Lil Sky. I reckon if MC got face tattoos, he would look like him. So can you give me MC face tattoos and dye his hair black to find out if he does? I'll knapsack your hair as well. Cool? Safe? What? What is this email? The rest of them have not played it. Yeah, I figured. Huh. Well, MC, how about it? No thanks. It was worth a try. MC looks completely perfect the way he is. Well, I guess that's that then. Moving on. Knapsack, yeah. Like, is that a deliberate misspelling of Natsuki, or I'm confused. Apparently, this is a very British hooligan way of speaking. Nutsaki, yeah. Hold on a second. You thought you were going to get away with calling me Natsack, didn't you? I must admit, your hair flattery almost earned you a reprieve, but not quite. I would guard your vertebrae carefully if I were you, emailer, because after calling me that, you may not be safe. Why is it always the vertebrae? That's the first thing I thought of for that one guy. And it sounds nice and creepy. Now, moving on then. Hello everyone, I recently had the chance to try Natsuki's cooking recipe and just wanted to say how delicious they were. Hey, I also wanted to ask Natsuki what she has baked that she is the most proud of. Hope you all had a great summer as well. Preston. Um, is that the same Preston that he's the VTuber? Who does Doki mods? Anyway, moving on. Oh, a normal one, where I'm called by my actual name, and asked about something I find interesting, and which is not horrible and pervy. Preston, you are now in the Cool with Natsuki Club. I'll tell you about my biggest baking achievement so far. Now, it's not the cat cupcakes from the Week of the Bad Festival, although those were among the more challenging things I've done. Nor is it the 2 strawberry cakes I basically had to make by giving instructions over the phone to 2 of the most hapless bakers I've ever known. Wait, 2 of the most hapless bakers? So MC and... Oh yeah, she gave instructions to Sayori as well. I remember now. Okay. So he gave MC the same cake for his birthday later. Yeah, exactly. Thanks for that, by the way. Thank you, Natsuki. Now, the most difficult thing I ever made, I made for myself. Kinda just to prove I could do it. It was a lemon meringue pie with handmade meringue. Oh, that's neat. Lemon meringue pie is good. That's good stuff. It was really hard. Meringue is really tough to make. Preston, let me tell you. Not only is the recipe demanding, it's actually kind of physically difficult to make. It takes so much physical effort, and I'm not the strongest girl in the world, but man, it was pretty rewarding when I finally got it right. The filling ended up being unexpectedly difficult, on top of the meringue being difficult, but it was so delicious. Anyway, not sure I'd make it again except for a special occasion, but I sure was proud of making it. And I sure was happy to eat it. Man, I want some of your lemon meringue pie now. I'm sure I'll make one for you someday, Sayori. Well, how very touching. Yeah, it's wholesome. Let's see the last email for this week. Hey they Literature Club members, I just want to make a request real quick. This might be a stretch, but I want you all to listen to the entire full album by Iris called Goliath's Throne. It's a metal album, but trust me, the lyrics in the entire album have this rich vocabulary and hidden meaning that you'll be sure to enjoy, and I might think that it'll increase your writing skills, especially MC and Sayori. Not that your poem is bad, but it's my least favorite of all the members. Oof. You all can listen to it on DA Games' YouTube channel for the lyric video. And if you already listened to the full album, I really hope so, tell me what's your favorite. Mine is Hibernation because it represents the feelings of going down in a sleep for a while and waking up like a beast and a completely different person in a good/bad way. Anyways, thank you all for reading. Have a great week. P.S. I love you too, Monica. You don't have to tell me again. Hey they. Yeah. To your emailers, please do not make the mod author listen to 2 hours of music to answer an email. Oh. Yeah. This is not a movie or a show. Yeah. So you can listen to it in the background of something else. Exactly. That was my first thought. Just have it playing while you're doing other things. It's doable. But yeah, it is like a bigger ask than usual for these sorts of things. Not capable of listening to music in the background and doing other things, alas. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I actually hear you with that. I mean, yeah, I mean, it depends on the music. Like, some songs, I'm perfectly capable of hearing them out as background music while I do other things. But some things, like, I want to focus on, and it makes it really tough. Yeah, but I suppose, especially considering this person is saying you should focus on the lyrics, yeah, that is going to take some degree of focus. Actually, I'm really glad this email has showed up because I get to say I had a Doki Doki to Alan's YouTube series idea for a while. Oh yeah. This completely hijacks my attention, yeah. There are some songs like this for me. Yeah. Oh, right. This is why you send us those YouTube links. Yep. I enjoyed the album. Oh, you actually listened for this one here, eh? Okay. I thought there was pretty good synergy between the lyrics and the sound of the music, and it felt very big. I did think the lyrics could use a little work. They did always scan, and some lines could have been written more elegantly. But other than that, I thought it was just fine. My favorite track was Surveillance. I can't say I liked it, unfortunately. Metal is already a very difficult genre for me to get into, and this metal felt very sleek and produced. At times it felt a little electronic. And while I like electronic music just fine, it just didn't work for me here. That said, I did like Coldman pretty well. DDCM Malka reacts to EEATOT is still in the conceptual stage? Oops, 1E? Rainwires with one movie got crossed? Okay. Oh, everything... Is it everything... No, I don't know. I don't know what that stands for. Everything at the end of time. Oh, okay. Everywhere at the end of time. Okay. Yeah, I'm not familiar with that. Anyway, moving on. Sorry, man, couldn't get into it at all. Just not my thing. Of all the tracks, I'd probably have to agree with Yuri and say I liked Cold Band best. Some tracks I liked, and some I really did not like. Some of the songs have really cringy lyrics. Besides what Monica said about them not scanning, some of them just sound a little too angsty, I guess. But some of them turned that around and to do pretty well. My favorites were Override and Conquer. Sorry, what about you? You're a resident metal expert, which she is. I think this is a band that is still finding its voice. It sounds like they kind of want to be a cyberpunk band at the same time as a metal band, and they haven't quite figured out how to put those together yet, but their style is big and bold and they're getting there, and a lot of their songs I liked a lot. I think that if they stick together and stay with it, they'll become really good. My favorite track from the album was Hibernation. And there you have it. Yeah. So, there's some lukewarm praise there. I hope the emailer wasn't too disappointed. I mean, the club's opinion is basically mine. Yeah, it's an okay band. Yeah. Exactly. Emailer's in the server, actually. Oh, yeah. And there you have it. Interesting emails this week, everyone. Thank you. Let's break it down, everyone, and then we can talk or hang out afterwards. Break it down. Thanks for having us over, MC. That was fun. Yeah, we need to hang out as a group more often. The summer trip was super fun, and we don't just chill together often enough during the school year. Yeah, but it's good to focus on literature. Kind of makes our time together special. And you know all about making time together special, right, Monica? Huh? Oh, is the music fading? Are we actually gonna have out with it here now? Nothing. Forget it. I'm gonna walk back to my house. Do you want to come by later, MC? Yeah. As soon as we finish up here. Are we getting real, Dev? Record scratch. Yeah. Cool. I'll be waiting. What is going on with her lately? Oh, okay. Getting some Miss Ida action here now. I need to use the washroom again. I will be right back. Miss Ida's on the phone. It's impossible to tell what time it is. Haha. I don't know. Was the window dark before? Is this after hours? Girls are fighting? So it seems. It was not? Okay. This is indeed after hours. Aha, okay. So I'm not losing my mind. Anyway, Miss Ida is on the phone. Well, it sounds like it was a productive day for you then, Kenzo. Let's see. So, do you think you could start in on one of your essays then? Well, yes, I don't see why not, as long as it's your own work in the end. Uh-huh. Well, good. Sounds like everything is in order and you're making progress. So, did anything else interesting happen while you were there? Oh, do tell. Very interesting. What could Kenzo be talking about there? I mean, like from Kenzo's perspective, probably the most interesting thing would be the fact that the whole club was interesting, was aware of like Sayori's depression and so on, and that she was open about talking about it. Miss Ida, I don't think she's aware that Sayori's depressed. I mean, like her reaction to Sayori in the scene where she was there, indicated that she just sees Sayori as being this bubbly, happy person, and yeah, I don't know. I mean, Kenzo is aware that Sayori made a suicide attempt, but I don't know if he's aware that it's. I don't think it's something that Sayori would want to be spread around. I don't know if Kenzo is aware that she doesn't want to spread around. So that might be the kind of thing that he just blurts out to Miss Ida here. Anyway, Kenzo, they were not interested in cars like at all. Yeah, Kenzo, I don't think they mentioned cars once. They weren't even interested in reinforced suspensions. Kenzo would not tell Miss Ida about Sayori's depression or any not in the know person without her approval. Okay, alright. Note that he asked her if it was okay in front of the literature club. Yeah, that's okay, that is true. That's true. I mean, or he was about to give an implied question about it. But yeah. Yeah, that's fair. It's not exactly clear how socially aware Kenzo is in that sort of area. Janadev, hey, welcome to the stream. How's it going? I think we're coming close to the end of the session. I mean, the club session finished, and there are these finishing scenes here. But yeah, I'm just wondering what is it that Kenzo told Miss Ida here? I'm speculating now. I mean, there was the AI comment, but I don't know if that was something he would consider notable and worth repeating. Anyway, I'm not sure. What do you think it means? Yeah, well, I'm not sure it matters all that much anyway. Just focus on studying how the club analyzes literature. That's your job. You need to get that grade up. Miss Ida looks at the clock, the blank clock with no numbers or face or hands on it. Anyway, I should go. I have an appointment with the student council. Work hard, Kenzo. Look at the time, yeah. And then Sayori stormed off. I really don't get it. It seemed like Monica was kind of hurt by it. Oh, she tried to hide it. Well, it's tough, babe. She's probably going through some tough times. Just gotta be there for her and for your other friend. Almost everyone is always going through something really hard. They don't always completely cope, you know? Yeah. Just wish I could, like, prevent it or something. I want to actively help them and make it better. Yeah, well, if you figure out how to do that without pissing everyone off, you let me know. Kenzo kept her on the phone for 3 hours. The episode 31 moment. Uh, yeah, I do sort of feel like MC at the very least could have done a little more to press Sayori for details about how she felt about Monica. I mean, I think that might have been something worth talking about, but I'm sure it'll come out eventually. Entirely him talking about reinforced suspensions. Sure. Yeah. If you're how to do that without pissing anyone off, you let me know. I always annoy the shit out of people when I try to help like that. You and I aren't that different, sis. You're the more socially acceptable normie one. Funny. But maybe true, you delinquent. Maybe you remind your angry friend of who she really is. She honestly sounds super nice normally. She is. That's why this sucks so much. I'll bet. But just be a rock for her. Remind your other friend that it's probably temporary and you still care about her. Just nudge them, though. Subtlety, dear sister. She said other friend. I mean, okay. Natsuki's referring to them by name, but Goral is. Sorry, I'm just trying to keep straight which friend she means, but it's just the other friend. Is she referring to MC or Monica? Or I don't know. Anyway. None of your aggressive shenanigans. I like my aggressive shenanigans. Other friend is Monica? Yeah. That's what I would have thought, but yeah, anyway. That's what makes you dangerous and unpredictable. Damn right. So what else is shaking? Not too much. But hey, can I ask you a question? Always, babe. So, what do you do if you think someone likes you? Sorry, it's considering in the earlier scene, Natsuki had that conversation where her other school friends were like looking up to her for advice on that, like how to approach boys or whatever. It's kind of funny. I mean, and Natsuki expressed that she had boyfriends before. I mean, that was I just noticed my chat thing is in the back corner. I better move it over there just in case there's a console command at some point. But yeah, I don't know. She did mention boys that she was like romantically involved with before. Yes, indeed. But I wonder. Anyway, but you don't. Oh, but you don't. Sorry. You think someone likes you, but you don't know how you feel about them, but they make you feel weird. Whoa, 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 whoa. First tell me the details. Who's the lucky boy? Let's say there are no details. This is purely hypothetical. Did the music just stop? Ominous. Obviously, well then, totally hypothetically, you just spend time with them and learn more about how they make you feel. Uh-oh. Goral just switched to using they from he. Is that she suddenly suspect that it isn't actually a boy? Goral breaking down heteronormativity. Anyway. And if you like it, you spend more time with them. And it's completely up to you where you go from there. You mentioned this earlier? Classic Goral. Yeah, Goral said boy to begin with, and thus is super heteronormative. Yeah. So I did keep yes. Well, I mean, yes, she was initially heteronormative, and then she heard Natsuki's reaction, and then she switched to being gender neutral, which is like, Anyway, or what any of the feelings mean to you, just be careful. And make sure you're thinking about how the totally hypothetical person feels, and whether or not they'll wait forever for you to figure things out. Sometimes it's worth diving into something without knowing for sure, just to make sure you don't regret hesitating. Let's say, hypothetically, that you're pretty sure they're super patient and waiting for you. Well, damn girl, go at your own pace then. You can figure it out. Coral bring heteronormativity. Excellent, indeed. Clubbing's meme from our past but Tormuse's future? Okay. We shall see then, I guess. Gotta get to bed, and you do too. But hey, listen, you think you can call me real quick? Kinda need to talk to you about something important. Whoa? Not sure that's a good idea. After bedtime. I gotcha. Well, just call me when you can, okay, babe? Sleep tight. That's all for now. Don't forget to email Monica your questions for the club at lit.club.prez.monica@gmail.com. Credit is due to Nuxil for the MC's living room background and to Yaga for the afternoon edit of it. Cool. Everything that's appeared in your clippings to date can be found in credits.text. Thanks for watching and playing. See you all next week. 2 hours 35 minutes. Blazing Phase. Yeah, I managed to, not go on quite as many tangents. Maybe I should go on one last tangent, just to pad the runtime out a bit. I watched an interesting anime recently. I mean, it's that's nothing like hugely groundbreaking or anything, but it was called Mirko-chan. It's about a girl who, it's a high school girl. It's about high school girls, and one girl in particular who one day spontaneously develops the ability to see monsters that no one else can see, and they're like all these weird. They range from like deformed humanoid creatures to like tentacled eldritch monstrosities, and she's like trying to keep it together while being unwilling to tell anyone that she's seeing these things, and she's constantly trying not to react to them. I watched season 2 of Naruto-san. It actually wasn't that cut to you being dead like in the Grimace Shake meme. I haven't really. I watched a few episodes of the Naruto-san show. I don't know. I didn't really get back to that. I found the Mirko-chan one grabbed me more. It does have some anime bullshit in it. Like it's got a weird variety of fan service. I mean, I'm nothing against fan service, but it just weirdly cuts to close-ups of girls' butts or boobs at weird times. Like, they'll be talking, have a casual conversation, and then for no reason at all, the camera just cuts to a close-up of someone's butt, and it's like, okay, that was a choice. I mean, my first reaction is sort of like, was that really necessary? But which is a dumb criticism. I've never liked the criticism of, oh, that wasn't necessary. They didn't do it because it was necessary. They did it because they chose to do it. I just sort of feel icky about sexualizing people who are not participating in their own sexualization, I guess. It feels weird. Other than that, it was a neat show. I mean, I liked the characters aren't even that deep, but I liked their interactions. It's not worth watching more, I promise. Okay. Is that so? I mean, I don't know. I wasn't feeling a particularly strong drive to watch more of it. I mean, like what I saw so far, like, it wasn't bad or anything. I wouldn't mind watching more. I am sort of like looking for something to watch next. Non-Bayari. Right. I wanted to mention that. Annoyingly, Crunchyroll only has season 3 of Non-Dan Bayori, and I was looking up another streaming service that might have it, and I think High Dive has season 1, but not season 2 and 3. I was annoyed. I was like, do I have to subscribe to like 3 different streaming services just to watch the show? And as I mentioned, budget is tight lately. I'm hesitant about subscribing to extra services. It was all on Crunchyroll before. Yeah, I mean, unless I'm misunderstanding the layout of uh, of how Crunchyroll lays later or something. I put the first episode on there and I was like, why does it say season 3? And then I looked up the list of the episodes and was like, this doesn't look right. And scanned through it. And, aha, okay, so this is season 3 here. This isn't season 1. So I stopped watching and tried to look up season 1 and it was like, I don't know, for whatever reason, it's hard to find the whole show. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, you've been recommending it pretty heartily, so yeah, quite right. Weird. Yeah, it is weird. Like, why just season 3? Like, did they have limited bandwidth in their server or something? Was there some kind of licensing or rights dispute or what? Like, it's kind of odd. Like, why are they breaking up the seasons like that? Season 3 but not season 1 or 2, and High Dive has season 1 but not season 2 or season 3. So like, I don't know. Like, maybe I'll bite the bullet and like pay for another subscription just so I can watch one season of one show. Free trial time. I already used up the free trial for High Dive. I used to watch, I think it was Black Lagoon, or no, maybe I watched Black Lagoon on Funimation. What did I watch on High Dive? I think I watched Bloom Into You. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. I mean, I've got money in my bank account. It's not like I'm that broke. And I am sure I'll find a new job soon. It's hard to fight that part of my brain which says, no, spending money on things you don't need, irresponsible, don't do it. Maybe I'll pick it up. Be on around 5:30ish tomorrow. Okay, so let's continue. Oh yeah. Sorry, yeah, I don't mean to keep you. Yeah. But yeah, briefly to wrap up, yeah, Mirko-chan. That's Mierk. I should double check. Mieruko-chan. Yeah, it was neat. Yeah, nothing stellar, but it was engaging. Yeah, if you aren't put off by that particular variety of fan service, and the two main lead girls are very shippable. They just have this energy. You can tell they really care about each other, even though one of them is like super somber and despondent, because you're seeing monsters everywhere and has to not react to them, and the other one is like super happy, bubbly, like super chipper constantly. But yeah, it was neat. I enjoyed it. Anyway, yeah. So 5:30ish tomorrow. That would be 8:30ish my time, Eastern time. So roughly the same time that this stream started. Uh, Amogus. In the meantime, is there anyone worth rating? Just take a peek. Who's streaming? I'll probably just oh, AOC is streaming. Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez is streaming right now. That's curious. I followed her Twitch ages ago. Like I think she's done like one stream ever, and this is like Gardic Phone with Hasanabi and Pokey and Corpse. Oh, that sounds interesting. Hey, let's give AOC a raid. Like, why the heck not? I have no idea how much overlap there is between the DDLC fandom and Gardic Phone. I don't even know what Gardic Phone is, but you know, AOC is cool. She's you know, we were talking about politics last week. Yeah, Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez, very progressive, you know, left-wing politician and congresswoman in the U.S. She's done some very impressive work in yeah, just getting people. I'm gonna say like left-leaning people interested in politics and getting them out to vote and stuff. And she's really cool. Even until 5 a.m. Just think time to watch anime soon. After I check out the raid, Nights and Magic. Okay, good fun. You draw things according to category in game mode. Okay. Cool. Anyway, so let's just hit the. You're unable to raid AOC this time. Ah, darn. Okay. I guess she probably has raids blocked. I guess understandable. She's a public figure. Yeah. Yada. Oh well. You know what? Maybe I'll just skip doing a raid today then. Well, sad. Yeah. But she's cool, so I don't know. Check her out, I guess. Can you send her name? Yeah. You know what? Here, I'll just here, I'll post a link in chat. She's yeah, she did it in an Among Us stream. There's like like I said, she's done like streams like oh, is she wrapping up? She might be at the end of the stream. There's her channel though. Oh, it looks like she's just finishing up now. Oh well. Anyway, it looks like she's yeah, she did a stream, an Among Us stream not too long ago, and it was fun to watch. She's trying to get young people into politics. It was pretty cool, but yeah, she's got 13,000 people watching her now. It's amazing. Anyway, that's enough for me. I'm rambling too much again. Yeah, go watch her. And yeah, that's all for today. Until next time.